about possibly moving back to New York City?
I think that the more that I think about it, I think it's a good idea. And I feel, for a number of reasons, I think that it will be a good place for us both professionally, that it will just open us to more opportunities to make money, to meet interesting people, to surround Oliver with interesting people. For him specifically, I think it'll be a good place to grow up. He'll be surrounded, first of all, by incredible diversity that we just don't have here. And just be more open to coming across like different things in everyday life, different kinds of people, different experiences, museums, just a real rich life. And for a long time I thought that to raise a child was to bring a child up in suburbia. I guess like the childhood that we had, I thought that was the right thing to do. And the more I'm learning about motherhood and parenthood and how to balance that with what's best for Oliver versus what's best for me or you or our family, is that each part of the puzzle has to, each part of the equation has to work. And being a parent doesn't mean that I need to sequester myself from everything that I enjoy or everything that it just doesn't mean like walling oneself off for the exclusive benefit of one's kid. Not that that's important, not that that's not important to do what's right for your kid, but it doesn't mean that you also don't get to do what feels right for you personally. So I think there will be a lot of challenges. It'll be expensive. It'll be difficult at times. We might have some things that we're not able to do because we don't have anyone to watch the kids or whatever. We might have more spacing issues than we would if we lived in a big house, but I think that the payoff will be this real rich life and a real immersive upbringing for our family. That's it in a nutshell. Not to mention all the good.
Not to mention what?
The good food. Yesterday, Stephanie was telling me about her favorite restaurant in Korea, which was Uzbek. Never heard of Uzbek food before. You won't find it up here. So yeah, that's what I think.
I think that we need to do what ultimately is going to make us happy, and with happy parents, you can create a happy family. So I think that's the most important thing, and we'll kind of make everything else work around it. So I think that's the most important thing, and
That's a very succinct way of saying it.
I mean, it is. You already put it so well. I won't expound upon it, but I think you pretty much summed it up. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was the review for the restaurant that we saw. So there's a review in the Times Union blog for a restaurant that's on Wolf Road, and that's what it was. And it makes reading it made me both. Reading it was affirming in the sense that it is very challenging in the restaurant business. You can't just throw together a concept and make it work. It's not automatically going to succeed because it's an original concept. So basically, look, like, if you're not good, then you don't deserve to be in business, and that will kind of shape out. However, on the flip side, it is also very sad because, this is they are a Chinese family, they're like an immigrant family, and I think there are a lot of parallels probably between that family and my family, and at the end of the day, it's just people trying to make a living. And a review like that can really destroy the business and the livelihood of that entire family and of their children. And so it's not like the writer did anything wrong. Like I was telling you, the writer is actually has been very generous in many of her reviews. So she was just doing her job, and she was just telling it the way she experienced it. But it's still very sad just thinking about the ramifications of an article like that and how it can really hurt a family's prospects. So that was just kind of been on my mind.
What do you think?
You need a bathroom for